Online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Breaking news just into our newsroom. Police have confirmed the suspect involved in an hours-long standoff with police in Grand Forks has been taken into custody. This video was just taken moments ago of what appears to be a man being arrested by law enforcement officials. Grand Forks police posted on their Facebook page that the suspect has been apprehended and that though the scene remains active, there's no longer a public safety concern. Stick with Valley News Live for updates on this story. As kids prepare to eat fun foods and zip around rides at the Red River Valley Fair this week, many parents may be anxious about letting their little ones ride on attractions that just roll in and set up for a short period of time. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz takes a look at the fair's ride vendor and has what you need to know when cruising through this year's Red River Valley Fair.
As crews work hard to make sure every nut and bolt is in place by Tuesday morning, we wanted to know, just how safe are these rides?
Every ride that we have is checked every day with our general manager and our ride superintendents, and every ride has a superintendent on it.
Ted Bazunas is VP of Murphy Brothers, the vendor supplying the fair's rides. He says the company's never had any serious issues.
And also we're inspected by the state of North Dakota, the Department of Labor.
And while these rides may daily be checked and double-checked, there have been some hiccups along the way. A carnival injury database says from 2004 to 2012, the Murphy Brothers Exposition has had 10 injuries reported, though we know of at least one other incident since then. In 2015, we reported on a young child who was thrown from a ride from the same vendor.
Oh, I don't remember that, but kids will get excited and they'll stand up or something, and by the time the guy, I don't remember that issue at all.
It was a mishap with a cotter key that had come out, and the little boy fell off. He fell off onto his backside.
According to fair officials at the time, an incident report revealed a pin holding the child's motorcycle in place came undone.
Didn't get hurt, just a little bump. And after that, we just make sure that with all the rides that they're completely inspected, all the cotter keys, everything are taken care of.
Well, I don't know how bolts get loose because we triple and double check every day. So.
And the Murphy Brothers VP says his company, which has been around since the 40s, interchanges its rides every 2 to 3 years.
We added about $2.5 million this last year, and this year with the new bumper cars, the beautiful new kiddie ride.
Officials say of the 40-some rides, none this year will be roller coasters. Now, here's another thing that you might be worried about. What if your ride gets stuck? Well, I spoke with both officials, and they both say that no standard protocol is in place, but that in the case of an emergency like that, they are prepared. They are in close call with the Fargo Police Department as well as the fire departments around here, and that at a moment's notice they can come. They also say the Cass County Sheriff's Office is right here on the grounds. In fact, I saw it earlier myself. They'll have an ambulance there waiting in case anything happens. And now it has been extremely hot as well. So in the case of an extreme heat wave, let's say we're stuck on one of these rides, they say they have a good working relationship with the Coca-Cola company, and they are able to just hand out water. Of course, if you get to the top of that Ferris wheel, they may have to toss it to you, but they will be handed out water if it comes to that. Guys?
All right, thanks, Rose, for that live report. The fair gates, by the way, open tomorrow at 11 in the morning, and the fair runs until Sunday, July 15th. We're told it typically stays open until midnight each day, but that depends on the crowds. Fargo police continue to search for a man who may be a threat. 34-year-old Christopher Wilkins of Fargo is still at large. Wilkins was the driver of a vehicle that led officers on a 6-mile pursuit through the city of Fergus Falls Saturday afternoon. After that chase, he fled on foot. That's when police told some Fergus Falls residents to stay inside and lock their doors. We asked Fergus Falls police if the public needs to be worried about this man, and they tell us due to the severity of the crime, there are concerns of him being volatile, and they urge the public to not approach him. Fergus Falls police say Wilkins could be facing charges of fleeing in a motor vehicle and second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon. On top of that, Wilkins has a warrant out for his arrest in Cass County on a drug-related charge. 2 people involved in the incident are in custody, but their names have not been released yet to the public. A man and a woman from Fargo had to be rescued from Detroit Lake on Saturday night after they left their boat for a swim and strong winds blew it away. Authorities got a report of an abandoned boat on the lake and 2 people in the water between J&K Marina and the Holiday Haven Motel. Deputies found a woman struggling to swim about 200 yards from shore. After the woman was pulled from the lake, a call came in that people on a pontoon had found a man in the water and were holding on to him because they couldn't pull him on board. The victims, 51-year-old Jay Weist and 50-year-old Tracy Powell, were taken to shore and then to a hospital in Detroit Lakes. Neither was wearing a life jacket. A man suffered second-degree burns after law enforcement officials say he was attacked and set on fire in Mahnomen. The Mahnomen County Sheriff's Office confirmed an investigation is underway after Brian Smith was attacked last night. Smith's wife says he was working on his car in the garage of their home when 3 men attacked him, poured gasoline all over him, and lit him on fire. She says the suspects stole Smith's wedding ring and his 2018 Ford F-150 pickup. Smith has second-degree burns on his face and left arm. His wife says Smith has been released from the hospital but is in a lot of pain. Authorities have not released any more details yet on that investigation. We're getting a break from all the stormy weather, but not for long. Hutch, how's tonight looking?
For most of us, the evening looks fairly quiet. The radar does show a couple of showers moving into Dickey County near Ellendale and just south of you in Lemoore County, and these are all drifting to the south fairly quickly. No lightning detected from these, so just a possibility of a little soaker. Overnight, however, storms in Canada could push into the western and central Dakotas. A few of those could still be strong with some hail and wind, but for all of us, the evening looks fairly quiet. We'll slip into the 70s as we get beyond the 9 o'clock hour. Light winds and mostly clear skies until the overnight. Andrew will have the timing of those overnight storms and where they're most likely to bring that impactful weather. More heat, humidity, and storms in the forecast for the rest of our week. I'll have details on that as well.
Okay, see you soon, Hutch. Thank you. Friends and family gathered today to pay their respects to 22-year-old Cameron Bolton. Bolton died from injuries he suffered in a car crash about a week ago. He was remembered as an avid hunter, motocross racer, and trap shooter. Bolton was also an organ donor and has saved the lives of at least 4 people since he died. Instead of flowers, the Bolton family is asking for donations to trap shooting organizations. They will help fulfill Cameron's dream of making the sport available to everyone, especially those who cannot afford it. 2 people were airlifted to a Grand Forks hospital after their car was sideswiped on I-29 near Hillsboro last night. Authorities say a car was passing another vehicle when the driver being passed crossed the center line and hit the other car. The impact pushed the passing vehicle into a ditch where it rolled, while the other ended up in the median. 24-year-old Tyler Bedney and 22-year-old Ashley Fontaine, both from Grand Forks, were in the car that rolled. They're being treated for serious injuries. Charges are pending against the 75-year-old Florida woman who was driving the car that hit them. There are a couple new projects underway in the metro area to tell you about. Grain Designs, a local furniture and home decor company, has announced completed plans for a wedding and event venue, The Pines. The 400-person event space will feature handmade, reclaimed furniture and fixtures. The building will resemble a barn-like structure with exposed beams, white wood-paneled walls, and heating and air conditioning for use year-round. The property, venue, and buildings are located 10 miles south of Fargo, nestled within 17 acres. The project is slated to be completed in the early fall, and the venue has started accepting bookings for 2018. To learn more or to inquire about event bookings, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Also going up along Cheyenne and 3rd Avenue in West Fargo is an underground walkway. City officials say the walkway will help pedestrians get to the new sports complex safely. This is one of several projects that's being worked on in the area. The timeline to complete the tunnel has not been determined yet. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a Moorhead teenager shares how she overcame her battle against a bully. But first, the signatures are in, but will supporters of recreational marijuana have enough to get their measure on the November ballot?